Hello everyone, my name's Tommy, a Java developer at synergix company. With the permission from Huge Nguyen, in this video I want to share you a testing tool will help you run query on client server without direct access to that server. Example on trunk. With default link of tier 6, you just need to add /troubleshooting/testing.x.html, then you can access the query runner screen. You can do the same with any other server of synergix. Will produce the same result. Take note that the tier 6 revision lists is 64429. Here we have two buttons, login and import. I will talk about import later. Now you choose login. If you don't have account, then you click to register. Very simple, just need to input your name, no need password. Click done. Then we will explore the details. Look a bit ugly because I'm not an expert of UI UX. On the left side is list of queries and test scenarios. You can see many queries and scenes of other people here. You see it empty because we have no data now. Now we write the first query. You click to add query button. Here you can input name, description, and the most important is the content of this query. I give an example. Select employee name from empty employee GLBL where employee code equals to EMP99999. Look at the query content. You know that it just can be run on control database. I click to play button and you see the result is synergix administrator. Next, you see the expect value row. When you input value here, this query will able to return success or failed. For example, I input Tommy. Then I run the query again. The result is failed. Okay, then I re-input it with value synergix administrator. Now it's success. Okay, you can use this way to check a value of config is like you're expected or not. Besides of input, a simple text value, you can input in another query to expect value to compare. Example, at query content, I input a query to find out ID of an employee that have employee code is SS0001. I input select identification node from empty employee GLBL where employee code equals to SS0001. Okay, this is the result. That value now is S7493876U. Follow our logic. This value must equals to the ID in empty employee identification table with its default property is yes. Then at expect value, I input another query to confirm above condition. Select identification node from empty employee identification where employee code equals to SS0001 and its default equals to Y. Okay, run. Now it's produced success. And it will produce failed if result not matched. That's just a static status of one query. Now, if we want to check this condition with another employee, how we can do? You can click to content and edit SS0001 to other employee code, or you can add the $sign right before the SS0001. After edit the content, you see a new line appear named params with an input value named SS0001. We can edit this input. Example, I set it to holy one. Run. Failed. Because at expect value ID is checking with employee SS0001. Now I add a $sign like I did with content. Now run. Success. So that's the way you create and assign value to parameters to help to reduce the effort of rewrite the queries. Next, to help you or other people or next time can use this query, you can set name for it. For example, I set the name to testing default identification node. For the parameter SS0001, I will change it to employee code. Now look at this query. We can know that it is used to test default identification node is correct or not, and it needs to be provided the employee code to be able to run. The description is optional, means you can input it or not. Okay, let this query there. Now I want to add a new query. Click to add query. You will see the new query is pushed to the top, and at the database selection, I choose selected main, and you can select the exact main in right above it. This time, I want to check the value of a module config named monthly timesheet from code. I'm expecting that value is tier 6 monthly timesheet BC no workhead group. Okay, it's success. I set the name of query to config to use timesheet tier 6 monthly timesheet BC no workhead group and clear the result of this query. To clear the query result, you click to empty button. We see that there are two queries on the screen now. I can run them all by run all button. Or we can use another way, is group them into a scenario. At scenes, you see an input, allow you to find or create new scenes. I choose create new scenes. Set name, set description. I set name to my scenario with description test Tommy timesheet. You see one scene was created at the top. Okay, just let it there. I scroll down to the bottom and assign my first create query to this scenario by input the scene in find cell. Okay, done. Now our screen look quite crowded and scary. Next, I will turn off these true queries. You note that I turn it off, not delete. Click to X button in top right of each query. If look left side, you will see the item list is changed color relative to the appear of them at center section. Now, just left one scenario on the screen. With scenario, you will not have a place to input the content. Instead, one scenario can include many queries inside, and the query section is the place to add those queries. Now try to click to run. One scenario will run all queries inside it. The result of scenario is the combination of all the queries that it contains. You can click to the name of each query to see the details of that query. One small note, when change the value of parameters, you can click directly on the parameter name or input them in the right side panel here. All the parameters with the same name will get the same value. Name of the parameter just can be an alphabet or a numeric value. And what you can do if you want to delete this scenario, you just need to click to Trash button right before the scene name. Then choose to agree to delete it will do. I will let it there now because I need to use it later. You see at the left panel, there is an input to help you to search the queries or scenarios. Other than just things that you have created, you can see many queries and scenes of other people here. We can create and use them together. Or in case you just care about what you have created, you click to All button. It will switch to Mine. Then all the items below will display yours only. You can choose to display description or content. Content is the content of queries, the SQL statement inside it. When you find out the result you want, then you click to right around here to push it to the center dashboard. When you select it from two items to test, you will see those two buttons of Run All and Clear All the result. Okay, now assume that you have tested all things on trunk and you want to copy those queries to another any server. What you can do? This time, to use export and import buttons. Firstly, you need to ensure that the server you want to copy to has been deployed TS6 revision greater than or equals to 64429. Next, I will try to copy what I have done on this trunk to my local is Tommy. Click to export, then save the file has been exported. Now, switch to the server that we want to push the data to. Access the same link, like with my local, it is tommy:8084/TS6/troubleshooting/testing.xhtml. Then I click to import button. Choose the file that I have exported before. Done. All the created queries since the dashboard items has been restored. Now you can change the parameters to test immediately to hard on the new server. So I have introduced about the new tools to help you run query on client server without waiting to access guacamole, waiting TeamViewer or VPN, etc. Take note that you just can run the select query, means you can read the data only, not able to edit any data by this screen. The last is logout. Click to it when you've done all the job. Thank you for taking time to view this video. Hope you success. Bye.